What's up, guys? So today I'm doing the video for 15 tips for new players. So I would have uploaded the unlocking tier 5 infantry video yesterday, except it's bugged out on my device. I've tried about 6 different ways to fix it and none of them have worked, so I gave up and just uploaded the other two. So yeah, that's that. So, time to get into this. So, tip number 1, stay shielded. Your shield, really, your best friend. Protects your resources, protects your troops, protects your leader, and it's less likely to run out if you oversleep, especially if you use 24 hours and set alarms. You should also be alarming your shields all the time. That way, you know when it's going to go off, you don't get caught lacking. Or if you know you're potentially going to not be able to make it, you can just pop an extra one, or make it longer. Step number 2, hyper resources. As you can see, I hyper food. I wouldn't recommend this, because food is the resource you get the most in this game. As you can see, I have over double of the other 3, and a lot less gold. Not a lot less, but you know. Yeah, hyper resources. You should hyper pick a resource, wood, stone, or ore, and then you should hyper gold as well. You should have mostly manors with 1, maybe 2 barracks, and then maybe like 2 or 3 infirms, so that you can get over 100,000 troops if your shield drops. Now, another thing I recommend is you create hypers, like alt hypers for yourself, so that they hyper resources. So if this will load, I'll show you what I've got. I have this account. It's a general resource hyper. It's in food gear at the moment, but it's a general resource hyper, so it doesn't hyper anything. It just produces everything. Not as much gold because it's got infirms for its troops. And then this account is my food hyper, as you can see by the food sent, 3.2 billion. Most of that's been to me, some of that has been to the bank. Watchdog is just another general resource producing account. That's nearly at C25, and the bank's nearly tier 4. Where's my other account? Here. IM2601. Wood hyper, and Solo Trap back in the making, after having given up on it since I got zeroed on my birthday. Great fun. I also, Mitzi doesn't want to play anymore, which is sad to see her go. She was a really good friend. I'll still keep in contact with her, but so she gave me her account. So now I'm gonna have an overview of that in the next few days, but that's gonna be another mixed resource feeder. And then so yeah, tip number 4, because that was number 3. Make yourself resource hypers. Hunt monsters. Look what you can get off this level 4. You can get epic materials, 24-hour shields, and these drop fairly often. As you can see, I have 19 of them, and I never buy them. Gems, speed ups, gold. I believe you can get other resources. Well, I know you can. And these epic hero chests, although these aren't needed as much. But look at that, 7,699 of these. You need the gold. I think it's about 1 billion gold to unlock tier 4 from scratch, so it's a decent amount. But hunt monsters. You should always be using your energy bar whenever it gets full. And that reminds me, I switch out of my gathering gear. I put this chest on because I want to keep my food positivity. You don't have to. I would recommend you don't. It's easier if you don't. But I am how I am. Now, tip number 5, and this is very important. You see this defense tree and this upgrade defenses tree? Don't fucking touch them. Just don't. It's unnecessary might. If you plan on being bigger, you need to get rallied. And you need to migrate. I don't know why I said rallied. But if you need to migrate, it makes migration more expensive. I simply did it because I want to. I know it's not necessary. Don't do it. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't touch your defense research. Ever. Shouldn't even get traps 1, to be honest. Shouldn't even get tier 1 traps. A lot of people make mistakes on their first account by touching defense. Not worth it. Don't do it. Tip number 6. Save all your tomes that you get for tier 5. You need to get tier 5. Tier 5 is pretty much what the baseline everyone's at. Most fighting accounts are at. So you need tier 5. To get tier 5, you need tier 4. So, get tier 4. Save all your tomes for tier 5. Don't come and touch this sigil tree. Don't touch the advanced wonders tree. Don't go past familiar battle slot 3. Don't do your counters. Don't do wonder battles. Alright, do as I say, not as I've done. I've done wonder battles because I've unlocked tier 5. So I'm allowed to. And I haven't started counters. Tip number 7. Don't build sub 60 war gear. I see people running around building stuff like this Indulgent Visage, which, to be fair, the Indulgent Visage is alright if you're not spending any money on gear, but don't build things like this Hedonic Cuirass and the Decadent Sword. Save all your halos for cups. The Honeycomb Chaps, again, are another exception, but this Nectar Orb's not the best. I'd save everything for the Bumble Helm and ignore the Hardened Carapace, unless you need a ranged chest. Don't touch these boots, the Totem. Switchblade and the Saw are alright, but I'd save everything for the Firewall Plate. So basically, don't touch anything below level 60, unless okay, obviously there's some exceptions, right? So with my inf set, use vials. Apart from cups that are the best in slot, and they're cheaper than cups. You get them a lot faster. And I'm using the Dark Aegis. I mean, you can use that. You can use a Switchblade or Call of the Deep, whatever. And the Terror Lash is obviously 55. But that's because it's best in slot. Ranged is excluding the scroll, and you probably shouldn't be using a scroll. Should probably have a second ring or a second cup. But I'm using the scroll because I'm going to eventually use scrolls in a mix set or something. I don't know. I know I'm going to use them for something. I don't know if I want to use those over cups in a mix set. And then cavalry, obviously, drums are 50. Those are best, excluding the Gorilla's Rage. But, the Rowdy Resolve, sorry. But, let's be real, it's going to take a while to get that up. So, even me, who's spending on it occasionally, or getting the chests through packs I buy and Gold Pass, I've only got a green, not really worth it. The Crudgel, best in slot once again. And this thing, best in slot, except for the Boomerang, which, actually the Boomerang would give me more higher. Oh, I'd lose so much HP though. Is 0.1% attack worth 9 HP? No, I don't think so. Anyway. So yeah, don't touch your 60 gear unless it's those pieces that I just showed you. What number is this? Number 8. Pack Rack. Don't touch. Usually these are specials they bring out once every event or whatever. They kind of suck. This one's no exception. Don't touch it. 30-day supply chest. That's okay, I guess. I mean, personally, there's 75 million of the first 4, and then less than half at like 30 million gold. It's alright, but you need to claim it every day to get it. Plus the surprise bonus makes up for it. Monthly surprise, it's pretty good if you need gems. I mean, it's like guaranteed 7k gems, plus some speeds, brave hearts, and a few chests. Astrite, don't touch it if you're a new player. Just don't. It's just a complete waste of money. Same again with this Striker Deal. If you're a new player, don't touch it. You're not going to need this for ages, if ever. Let's Celebrate. One of the best packs in the game. 15k gems, 75 tomes. Tomes, good. Obviously, it's actually 17k gems. Plus speeds. Each of these, well, these have chances to drop 30 days. And then these two have a chance to drop 3 days each. Except for this one. This one doesn't. It drops 20% training boost instead. You get monster hunting gear, chests, champ chests, other stuff, and resources, obviously. Mythic Forge, only for mythic gear. Otherwise, don't touch it. Frosty Special, pretty good for stars. If I remember right, this is pretty common to get. If you cleared Skirmish 8, not Pact 8. Energy is pretty good for hunting as well, plus you can get 3-day speeds. Boot Camp, best pack in the game for training and resources in general. If you need resources, I recommend picking up Boot Camp. It gives so much. I believe the 5 and the 20 variant of this gives more in total than the $50 resource pack. Necroduke, wouldn't recommend getting at the start. I mean, he's the passive Cav hero. Not the best, and he doesn't come with any chests or anything. Witch Doll, one of the better heroes to get. Construction, research, and training speed. All those are key for developing your account, especially at the start. I would recommend buying this hero, getting her up to gold. Gorilla set, don't touch these single monster type sets. Just don't, they're not worth it. This speed up pack, again, not fucking worth it. It's just really not. Spend your money on Boot Camp instead, or on buying the 20 and the 50 of Let's Celebrate. I believe there's a 50. This Archaic Tome Pack, don't touch it. I mean, they've upped it. I believe this was 75 at one point, but you get these 10% research speed boosts. They're not that good, and jack shit resources. Don't buy it. It's really not worth it. Crown Jewels. If you want to speed getting gold attack jewels, get this. But be warned, you're going to get a lot more engine and trap attack and defense jewels as well. You're going to get so many more than you'll get attack jewels. Because attack jewels are actually what you want. Fortify a castle. Best way to get star scrolls. Pretty good value. Plus these sacks of jewels for the monster jewels. I'm going to be starting to pick this up soon. Maybe one a week. This Material Mayhem. I wouldn't, personally. That's just because I'm more of a fan of... It's pretty much the exact same as Material Madness, but instead of the what's-he-call-it crate, what's it called? The one that gives all the regular materials, you got this one that gives the Gorilla's Rage, Rotten Blood, Lunar Crest, and Forbidden Tome. I think this actually works out at about the same as a Matte Madness. I don't know, that Matte Madness isn't out today, so I can't compare. A fine day, good gem pack, plus you get some Ember chests, 30 hours of speed ups, and jack shit resources. But I'd say it's worth it for the gems and the Ember chest, especially if you're low. Bundle of Energy, yeah, I wouldn't really say this pack's worth it, to be honest. Those 50% are really nice, plus it's 8k gems. Actually, it's a... Ooh, actually, that's 1,000,000 energy, I think. Yeah, that's 1,000,000 energy. So this actually might be worth it. Better to get Frosty, but that could be worth it. Lightweaver, don't touch an 11k hero. Just don't. This Familiar XP pack. If you want to get your Familiars leveled up really quickly, this is the pack to go with. Decent amount of resources, plus some Anima. I really need Anima. Spring Returns. If you like an epic away, I'd pick this up. Unless it's the Halo one, then I'd always pick it up. Halos are a bitch to get. Recommend you get them. You also really want to pick up a token pack. Tons of tokens, I believe it's called. Best pack in the game. You get tier 5 familiars. You get ultra rares, resources, gems, everything. Plentiful offerings. It's an alright pack for $2. No gems, but you get the chance to win a 10k gem and 300,000 holy stars. Could be worth picking up. Another one of the monster packs, don't touch it. Mystic Merging. The only real pack that I know of that gives a bunch of anima and merging speeds. Don't know if it's worth it or not. Lord's Party, not really worth it. You only get 6 days of speed ups and 30k gems. Just buy 2 rotations of what's it called? Let's Celebrate instead. Much better. Steambot, probably one of the best, no, not probably, definitely one of the best in-slot cav heroes in the game. Definitely look at picking him up. Voodoo, don't touch it, it's another one of the monster ones. Big Guy, I would recommend golding him out if you can, especially if you're new, because the player XP boost you get off this guy, pretty nice, plus you get research boost, a decent amount of speeds, some energy, VIP, and a pretty good amount of resources. I mean, that's 100 million of each, 40 million gold, and 400 million food. It's pretty good. New Adventure, that's good for the 5. I don't know about the 20, because I haven't bought the 5. But I think at the 20 it becomes Witch Doll medals as well. This is a good pack to pick up if you're a new player as well. Oh, and then wouldn't really touch those. So number 9, save your guild coins. Guild coins can be used to buy a lot of shit. Save them. Get quests during Guildfest. That's an easy 100 points to spending 500,000 guild coins. What I'd recommend you buy, migration scrolls. Or if you've got like 7 migration scrolls, jewel chests. Get your jewels up, get shit done. Tip 10. Build a mix set over spears, especially if you're free to play or if you're low pay to play. Build a mix set instead of spears, because you're going to want to focus your ultra rares on what will work. If you're low pay to play, you're definitely not going to have champ. Your mix set will look something like this, or maybe like this. That's pretty much the best you're going to get for mix set. Maybe, if you get lucky, you can have this instead, or this instead. But yeah, but focus on a mix set over spears first. Tip 11. You see these wonderful troops right here that I have absolutely 0 of that you get once you reach Castle 17. Don't build too many of these, because as soon as you get tier 4, they're going to go right down the drain, and you're going to regret doing it. Because once you get tier 4, tier 3 is useless. Once you get tier 4, it's tier 4, tier 2. Tier 3, nowhere in there. Can be killed off uses a meat shield, but it's tier 3. Wouldn't bother. Also, don't build a bunch of troops in general. Just enough to either hide in your shelter, or if you're infirm, if you have a high infirm capacity, then enough to fill your infirms. No more. Because yeah, you have Sanctuary, but Sanctuary only catches 80% of what dies. So 20% of that's still going to be gone. I wouldn't recommend getting your Sanctuary filled either. It's just not good. So keep your troop count low until you have tier 4, and then build up a bunch of troops. Number 12. Don't waste your gems. To get to Battle Hall 25 and to unlock tier 4, you need the Battle Hall, you need the Prison, and you need the Altar at level 25. Now to do that, I can't actually show you from inside the building, I think they're in this tab. You need War Tomes, Seal Cuffs, Soul Crystals. These can only be obtained with gems or small amounts in paid gifts and Guildfest. So don't waste your gems on stupid shit. Like, say, oh, I'm gonna go and buy 17 royal passes. Don't do that. Don't bother buying a royal pass. There's no point in going there until you have full mythic gear anyway. I've gotten all these revival fruits from paid gifts. And don't buy, like, bookmark spaces. You get them pretty frequently. As you can see, I've got them full. I've got those cabinet expanders, which I think are also full. But just don't waste your gems. Only buy those 3 and the crystal pickaxes for your treasure trove. Chisels as you need them. XP boosts, it's whatever. Tip 13. Save your goddamn resource bags. You would not believe the state of my alts bags. The state of my alts bags is horrendous. I'd be lucky to have 100 mil of each, including food. I think I might have like 200 million food, but all these are just so low. Very, very low. I need to go hunt monsters, rebuild them over time, but that's going to take time. That's why I hyper and send resources to every other account. Tip 14. If for some reason you do decide you want to build a bunch of tier 3 to try and take a tier 4 hit in your new kingdom, build some tier 1 siege. That way, if someone pyruses you because you got a bunch of tier 3, your tier 1 siege will be killed instead of your precious tier 3. Tip number 15. Familiars. Get to Pact 3. Get to Pact 3. Pact 3, it's better if I show you from here. But Pact 1, this guy, not the best until later on. He's not that good. This, not good, full stop. Not good, full stop. Not good, full stop. And this is okay if you don't stay shielded, but you should be staying shielded. So you don't need Pact 1A until later. Pact 1B, however, is very good, especially if you don't have max heroes, because this can give you half to a full Braveheart every 12 hours, which is just really good in general. Terraspike, food, not worth it unless you're... Well, actually, these gold one, do the gold one, and do the resource ones for what resource you're hypering. This, not that important. This, also not that important. Pact 2A, Tempersite, I'd ignore him completely. The only thing he's really good for is Fresh Air and Second Wind. Evil Weevil, he's pretty good for his gather round skill. 4 hours worth of resources, so however much you'll make in 4 hours, you get just deposited. This guy, Cargo Ship, is alright. Should be using Cargo Ship a fair bit. I'll talk more about that in a sec. Strix, I'd say ignore it. And same with Sorcerer, just ignore it. Although, actually no, that doesn't really matter, because you can just not join the rally. 2B, Pyrus. Pyrus is a bitch. Let's be real, it's a pretty useless skill. 7.5 to 12,500, usually tier 1 troops. Boulder. Boulder's pretty good, maxes out a ongoing construction help bar, although I wouldn't recommend using it unless you're in a smaller guild that doesn't get full helps, because your guild's going to want to get helps for guild coins. Krabby, I would recommend doing, because of this player XP boost. 10% helps a fair bit. Colosseum entries, not that good. Harpy Cloud Cover, pretty good. Extra 50k in shelter, helps a fair bit. And the VIP, which is VIP is very important. 3 VIP items every day. Now Pact 3 is going to be your best friend. Not necessarily for this guy, but I'll show you. This helps a lot. His skill here completes gathering for 5 armies, helps you gather resources quicker for your research construction, whatever. This guy, construction speed, hella important. And Stroke of Fortune, 1,000 to 2,000 gems every 2 days. Now, if you're running 3-day shields, and you get lucky, you can get that easily paid for. Goblin, his skill here, 6 to 12 million gold, helps a ton with those more expensive researches. So you need him. Trickster, research speed, key, very key. These holy star items can be good. Helps you get gems, resources, ultra rares, shit like that. And these can give 10Ks. I've gotten multiple 10Ks off those. Magus, he's got the same one as the construction. Instantly fills a helper, but for research. Again, wouldn't recommend it unless you need helps immediately for like a hell event or something, or you're in a smaller guild. Mole Shaman, infirm capacity, pretty nice. This, not so nice. Pretty dog shit skill, to be honest. You shouldn't get packed 4, but if you do get packed 4, I wouldn't really touch Mecha Trojan. He's more for rally leads. Again, with Grim Reaper, wouldn't really touch because this Kiss of Death sucks. 20,000 to 50,000 could be tier 5, but it's just stupidly a waste of time. Wouldn't touch this either. Relocates an enemy turf after a successful attack. Not that useful either, to be honest. I mean, the only real use I can think of for this is one of your guildmates is getting smacked, so you hit them, teleport them away to save their resources. Helldrider. Helldrider is insanely good. Prison Bait. 10% chance to escape prison, plus you get 15,000 random tier 4 troops every, what was that, like, that's the wrong guy. Every 3 days. So basically 5,000 extra a day, which is pretty good. Mega Maggot, barracks capacity, means whatever. I only run 1 barrack, so I don't really care. This, pretty useless. All it does is reduce an enemy's resource production by 95%. Saberfang, pretty good. Monster Hunt travel speed. And this adding 15 hunts in a row, really good for killing level 5s. Pretty effective doing it. Snowbeast is another really good one. Not for those two, but for this, increases supply capacity by 300% for 16 minutes. Helps you move, could be your resource, like saved resources and stuff like that. Hoarder, pretty good. Treasure Trove expansion and random jewels, helps you get the gold ones. And tip 16, Treasure Trove, your best friend. Look at what I've got. Treasure Trove, 66,000 payout, 32 put in. So I'm making 34-ish thousand, and that could be better. I can better that if I need to. If I felt like I wanted to, really. With, it's not here, I've already done that one, it's over here. With this, I can get another 4,000, nearly 4,500. Plus from Hoarder, I can get more. That's just helpful. Tip 17. Push Colo. Push goddamn Colosseum. Every 3 hours, I get 105 gems. Nope, that's the wrong button. Here we go. As you can see, the higher ranked you are, the more goddamn gems you get. I was, up until about a month ago, sitting at the 71 to 80 mark. But I've fallen because I've just stopped caring, and a bunch more guilds moved in, which is what made me stop caring. But as long as you're top, I think it's like 5k. Yeah, top 5k, you're making gems. Helps you stay shielded, helps you get those items for paid buildings. The higher you get, the better your gems. Who fucking attacked me? What a dog. Anyway, tip 18. Sell your hyper resources or trade them to your guildmates. So let's just say, for example, Watchdog was... Okay, no, actually, IM2601, Wood Hyper. He needs food. So he'll send me wood, I'll send him food. Or you can sell, or you can put all, from all your hypers, pull it all into one account. This is what I used to do. and sell the resources. I have a table somewhere, I'm not going to go looking now, that has resource sell rates. I think it's like 100 million food for 1,500 gems, 50 million wood stone for 1,500 gems, 35 million ore for 1,500 gems, and like 30 million gold, or 25 million gold for 1,500 gems, or something. I don't know, I'll have it up for the start of the next video. I should have got it up, but I just didn't think of that. Anyway, that's everything that I could think of. Next video will either be tips for newly, like, just got tier 4 players. So, you've only just reached tier 4. So, what do you do next? Or a Tides of War video. That'll be up in the next few days. And then after that will come the next one. And then I should have a pretty good amount of chests for a Rise of Firstborn video. And then I'll see... I might try beating a level 5 Darknest, maybe? Or something. Actually, no, I'll have a Mitzi Ling account overview. That'll be first. And then it'll probably be a Pirates of Caribbean Tides of War. Then Just Got Tier 4 tip video. And then Rise of Firstborn. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.